The next recipe is for molten lava cakes. We are gonna make those in ramekins, and the first thing we're gonna do is preheat the oven to 425 degrees and then grease these two ramekin dishes. After the ramekins have been greased, we're going to melt our baker's chocolate. I just want to go over how you buy it. So when you buy baker's semi-sweet chocolate, it comes in a package like this most often, and you take out the sleeve that's inside, and the chocolate will be broken up into squares. Sometimes they're different sizes. In this package, each square is a 1/4 ounce. So I need 4 of these squares. So that is the equivalent of 1 ounce, like this. I'm gonna add my 1 ounce of chocolate in with my 1/4 cup of butter, and I'm gonna put it in the microwave on high for 1 minute or until it melts. Now that it's out of the microwave, the butter is melted, but the chocolate isn't. So we're gonna use a whisk to stir that around until the chocolate melts. Next, we're gonna add the 1/4 cup of icing sugar, and we're gonna mix that in well. For the next part of the recipe, we're going to use an egg. So we're going to crack it, put it into a small bowl, and then we're going to whisk it. And then, because the recipe only calls for half a whole egg, we're going to measure out 2 tablespoons of the egg. That's the equivalent of half an egg. We'll mix in the 2 tablespoons of the whole egg. And then the next ingredient is the egg yolk. So we're going to crack the egg and then separate it. I'm going to use the shells to go back and forth. I discarded the egg white. Then I'm going to put the egg yolk back in this ramekin. Now we're going to whisk the egg yolk and measure 1 tablespoon of the egg yolk, which is the equivalent to half an egg yolk. We'll blend in the egg yolk and add in the 1½ tablespoons of flour and combine that together as well. Now that the batter has been mixed well, I'm going to use this measuring cup to divide this batter evenly between the 2 ramekins. Now we'll put these in the oven for 13 to 14 minutes. The other thing I wanted to point out is that if you don't have ramekins, you can use a muffin tin. These are my cakes after 13 minutes. I'm going to let them sit for a minute. These are not the type of thing that you put a toothpick in to check, because the inside's supposed to not be firm. So let's let it sit for a minute, and then we'll run a knife around the edges and try to get the cakes out of these little dishes. I flipped mine upside down onto a plate, and now I'm just gonna put some raspberries on it, and I'm gonna serve it like that. Enjoy.